I am back with another fast and aggressive finger fluttering, snapping, hand sounds. Maybe a little bit more added in there, but I'm not quite sure yet. A classic fast and aggressive video for you today. Hope everybody's been doing well. As of the time of recording this, it's quite snowy outside. It's quite snowy outside. We have with us today, I'm gonna try not to move it too much. We have with us today a brand new microphone. So that's very exciting. Very exciting. A new camera as well. Getting kind of bougie with it. Kinda. And I have chapstick on today, so we might have some room for some mouth sounds as well. If it's coming through, that is. And I've decided we are going to kind of lather up a little bit here so that we can avoid having super dry hands for today's recording. Once again, I hope everybody's been doing well. I hope everybody's been having a good start to what is almost winter, as of the time of recording this, of course. I know I certainly am. If you can't tell, I got my nails painted, but they look horrendous currently. They look so bad. I got my nails painted about, I want to say kind of like a week ago, with my friends on vacation. And it did not hold up. It did not hold up at all. It did not hold up. I have some fun stories from vacation I wanted to share with you all today. As a little bit of background noise as well, you attempt to enjoy some of our hand and arm sounds. So vacation started with the it was two women, myself and one of my friends, on vacation, and we went to an Airbnb. I won't disclose what state, I won't disclose where at, but it was out in the woods. And it was very like haunted cabin in the woods type of scenario. What ended up happening here is that one of the ladies decided to go for a walk on the first day as me and my friend were running a tiny bit late to vacation and still had a couple hours to go. And on this walk, if anybody can help explain why something like this might occur, there was hanging like fish bones from a tree, and I don't know if I'm making this part up, but I think it was like by chains. Like, what the hell? So I'm assuming there's like a very reasonable explanation as to why something like this might happen. But I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is that the person we were all there to meet, a longtime friend of all of us, we kind of met in the middle to meet this friend. He made the offhand joke that like, oh, it must be the fish man. And we all started adding on to the lore and joking around and saying, oh yeah, you know the fish man. The fish man wears black cloak. He wears a black cloak and a black hood, and he patrols the forest looking for a fish to hang from trees, I guess. That night, I dream of the fish man. Not kidding, that night I dream of the fish man. And in this dream, I'm like running through the forest, and I trip in like a cold, frozen creek. and the fish man walks right past me. I wake up and I explain this to my friends. They think it's funny. They might find it a little bit scary, I think. I don't know. But I found it like really interesting that something like that happened. I find it very, very interesting. And directly following that, I don't know if anything like particularly crazy happened, but I do know that one of the ladies decided that they would sleep in the living room that night, and when she did, she couldn't fall asleep because she was like too scared because of all the fishman stuff going on, and eventually told us that she was hearing like musical notes coming from like maybe the basement or maybe outside. A basement we were not allowed to enter in the Airbnb, by the way, which is crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but like it's crazy. And I think right before she went to bed, there was I was brushing my teeth with my friend that I arrived with, and as we were brushing our teeth, we heard a loud thud, like a slam, and we were like, "What the heck is this?" And we went out to investigate. This other lady sleeping in the living room. So I go up to her immediately and I'm like, "Did you hear that loud thud?" And she's like, "No, I didn't hear a loud thud. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard a loud thud come from like the basement or something." Turns out that was the other lady in her bedroom dropping her portable charger on the ground. The moral of the story, before I spook anybody out too much, if you're watching this at night, there was no fishman, nobody was harmed, but we all got like a thorough scare out of like the entire experience, to be honest. And there were other things that happened that were fishman related. I think for quite some time we did not notice anything fishman related going on, but on one of our last nights, I think on Thanksgiving Day, which was one of our last nights there, we're walking out of the apartment building of the guy friend that all of us were there to hang out with, you know, with these two worlds colliding to meet this guy friend. And not joking at all, as soon as we leave the building, we hear chains clattering, and there is a man who is maybe 6'4", completely dressed in black robes and chains, just walks right past us. And when we came to visit the next day, there was a bucket from a cleaning company that said fish. And then nothing happened after that. What I will say is kind of scary, or not really scary, I think it's just kind of crazy, is that during the experience of driving on the way there, I started to get like strangely scared, and I had just gotten done explaining to my friend that not much actually scares me. But then within the last 5 minutes of the drive, as we're driving through this like dark, winding, hilly, wooded area with like curling branches that go into the road, these naked branches, it was kind of a creepy experience. And like, I just got done explaining that not much scares me, and for the last 5 minutes, I did not feel good. I did not feel good at all. I was kind of freaked out. I was like, yo, I'm kind of freaking out right now. Now, I wasn't having like a panic attack or anything like that. I wasn't having an anxiety attack, but it was something. I'm telling you, it was something. I thought I saw a robot on the way in. That was like the scariest part. I thought I saw a robot. Now I say all of this. This is really where this story ends, to be honest. We all went our separate ways and we're perfectly fine. Where this gets kind of scary is just the nail job here. That's the scariest part of the entire trip. It looked okay at first, but it is so chipped by now. Before recording this video, I would have used nail polish remover. I don't have any. And I'm not willing. I know it'll just chip off eventually. I'm not willing to go buy any. So, there you have it. There were a lot of other interesting things that happened on vacation. Genuinely not that fun of things happening, like occurrences happening over time. My car's battery died because my brother left the light on accidentally. Somebody else's car got like a leak in their tire. What else happened? Somebody was like borderline chased by a dog outside. I spilled a bunch of like boiling buttery water on my friend's stove, only to immediately have one of the lady friends drop an entire pie in the oven. So it was kind of filled with misadventures. The cool thing is, at the end of it all, we all ended up having a fantastic Thanksgiving. We all ended up having a fantastic vacation. Every problem that we had, like with my car or their car or whatever happened, we still ate the pie, by the way. Everything ended up getting resolved and being perfectly fine. The fix for my car was free. The fix for their car was super cheap. Like, everything ended up working out. So, as corny as it may seem, maybe that's a good message to send out there, that for a week I was riddled with misadventures, and for a week I was constantly being put through the gauntlet of unfortunate circumstances happening. But then everything ended up being perfectly fine in the end, right? So if you're going through something currently, well, maybe you can kind of take that same sentiment. Not everyone's problems are the exact same, so it's not exactly a sentiment that works all the time. But maybe it does. Maybe it does. Okay. I think we have enough Vaseline right now to last a lifetime on my hands. Currently. I think today's going to be a little bit of a short video. I'm happy that you guys gave me a chance to talk to you about my haunted Thanksgiving road trip adventure. Regular uploads are as they are. They're regular. They're coming. They're here. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Let me know if you like the new setup. Let me know if you like the new mic. And as always, guys, I take suggestions. I think I have a decent backlog of suggestions currently, but I do take suggestions. So, if you're interested in seeing any type of specific content, let me know. I'll absolutely do it. I'll probably do it right away. So, alright. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Get some good sleep. And we'll see if we can just kind of finger flutter out of here.